Welcome with me, Fan Hero Trickster. So, yeah, so this time, another Gunfire Reborn, and recently, well, maybe not recent, like too recent. It's been perhaps 1 month since Season 6 released on Gunfire Reborn. So, I bought the DLC. I think the DLC only unlocks the hero, while the weapon is free, I think. Or not. Uh, the weapon is in DLC as well. So, anyways, there are two new heroes as usual. The first one is Changju, and then Yo-Yo. So let's start from Changju first. Simply, he is very powerful, and his combo might seem like a lot of wall of attacks, but it's actually quite simple. So you basically like yeah. So you basically press F for your ultimate, and then you will become okay. Yeah, as you can see here, you will enter an ultimate mode like this. The combo is actually very simple. I think it also depends on your ascension as well. Some ascension can upgrade the combo attack. So basically, you left click and right click. Yeah, just like that. Left click will recover the figure this bar, while right click will consume it. So yeah, it's basically like that. Very simple. And he's actually very powerful. Because, well, obviously he hits very hard with simply with his spiritual blessing. I think this one. Yeah, I think this one. Wait. Yeah, this one. He hit very hard with skill. With only the spiritual blessings. I believe, not I believe, but in one of my run, he can actually hit 30 million damage on one skill hit before the infinity run. I forgot what's the name. Before the before the boundless stream starts, or well, basically the infinity mode before it starts, which is very good. And then other than that, as usual, you can, during his ultimate mode, Starfly can still shoot. Yeah, Starfly can still shoot, so you can use Starfly as a weapon, or you can use Storm Chaser, because Storm Chaser will give you, I think it's 50% damage reduction as long you pressing W or moving forward, regardless if you pressing like strafing, what's the word, I don't know. Anyway, like pressing both W and D or W and A. Yeah, so you still get the 50% damage reduction, which is very powerful. Yeah. Which is very powerful for Changju, because, well, most of the time he just want to be in the rage mode, the ultimate mode, and then because his build is focused on that, so he doesn't really need to use weapon like the other characters, basically. And then for Yo-Yo, unfortunately, she is a little bit disappointing. Uh, perhaps the only, perhaps the way I can compare her is the way I can compare her, the way, I mean, the most comparable character would be Lee. So the reason for this is her skill is complicated and her spiritual blessings is also somewhat complicated. Yeah, basically it's like that. Yeah, basically it's like that. And then other than that, I've tried to use her twice. First thing, the first run is using the F build. The F build basically you will get a lot of summons, and it's hard for me to make it deal decent damage. And yeah, the first build using the F build or the ultimate build using where is it? I think it was the Forest Infuser. Yeah, this one. I think it's this one. It's a little bit disappointing, unfortunately. The I a little bit forgot which one that I use the second time. I think it's this one. Yeah, for the secondary skill build. So the problem with her is that she has two mechanics or three. First thing first, she is a corrosion elemental focused, and then she also has this, which basically well, it's basically a quality of life skills, which is a good thing, of course, but the slow from corrosion itself is, I don't think it's really that good, especially during the boss fights. And then what else? Yeah, she also about her mechanics, so it's a little bit complicated, but basically you press Q, you throw a ball. I think it's better if I just show you while I explain it. So basically your skill is like this. You throw a ball like that, and then you press F, and then you will get a summon. Two of these are like this. Now the problem with this is that it is very reliant on each other. Like if you only use F, you will only grow one like this. You can also throw summon like this, but I don't really see what's the point of this. And yeah, so first thing first, it is the weakness is it is cooldown reliant, and as you can see, her ultimate cooldown is, well, it might seem fast, but on a real battle it's actually quite slow. And then other than that, it is it is reliant on her secondary skill, which right now in the season I think it's a little bit hard to spam it, unlike the previous one, in my opinion. So she is somewhat in a little bit awkward with this position. And of course, her ascension also doesn't really help much in terms of, well, spamming her secondary skill. However, her secondary skill build actually not focus on the summons, but instead the parasite. And it actually able to deal a quite decent damage back when I use her secondary build compared to her ultimate build, which it's okay, but spamming her secondary skill is just hard. It's hard because I don't think she has, yeah, she doesn't really have, well, she yeah, basically doesn't really have that much to recover her secondary skill, at least I think from what I experienced. Like, this one is not enough because besides sometimes you just want to pick the other, like, ascension that increase your damage. And then her weapon ascension is also not really that great. One thing though, this thing is quite interesting, but it's very squishy. Like 750 damage might seems a lot, but on high difficulty it's literally shredded like a paper. So yeah, so for a comparison, Lee has an ascension called Flame Talisman. On level 3, she basically become immortal. And then she also has this Flare Calling. On level 1, cast one blazing meteor when you shoot enemy on hit, and when you shoot an enemy on hit, dealing 50% damage with 1.5 cooldown. Each attack will increase weapon damage by 50%. So the latter part, the weapon damage increase is not important. But important is that it will cast blazing meteor, which allows her to have more chance inflicting the fire elemental effects. And then she also has this, which makes enemy takes more fire damage. Simple, right? And then she also has this. When using blazing meteor effect to hit enemy affected by burning effect, 60% chance to cast an additional blazing meteor to enemy within 7 meters. Which, interestingly, this ascension blazing rain can also affect the flare calling, which literally makes her secondary skill automatic, and depends on how you build her. You literally can build the blazing meteor build while at the same time using this and upkeep and using your weapon normally, or you can just upgrade this once. Level 3 is better, of course, and then you can use this to further boost your damage, your weapon damage specifically. And then this thing is, of course, you have to pick this because it literally makes you immortal. So yeah, a lot of I just think that her skill, her ascension is somewhat has synergy with each others, which is good, and it's quite simple, like simple damage buff and something like that, but which but sometimes a simple thing is a good thing, right, compared to her, which I just think it's kind of sucks, in my opinion at least. I mean, I tried to use her and it didn't work. Anyways, let's move on to the weapon. So for the weapon, there are Armillary Sash. I haven't tried this yet. I mean, as in tried this on the later stages. So I cannot say much about this weapon. But it's quite interesting weapon, I have to say about it. And what else? One of the weakness that this weapon have is that you literally can only use the elemental Gemini, which is sucks because it doesn't really buff a lot of damage. I don't think it's buff any damage at all. I don't. Yeah, it's only like make the other weapon or whatever. Anyway, it's not really that cool. And then we have what is it? A thrift shot. This weapon is quite interesting as well, but it still sucks anyway. So what's interesting is that the magazine is capped at 4 and you cannot use the Gemini inscription that makes magazine 1 or increase the magazine cap, which is unfortunate because that is like the best damage buff Gemini inscription. And so you only have the critical Gemini or the weapon skill Gemini. And personally, if you want to use weapon, I highly recommend the weapon resource Gemini or the weapon skill Gemini, because the lower resource cap that this weapon have, the lower shot you must shoot in order to fill the resource. That way you can use the weapon skill of this weapon. Basically like that. Basically, I've tried this, and the damage is kind of disappointing. 5% as well, it's just disappointing in my opinion. I don't think I really need to explain much about this weapon. It's literally like refiller but pistol version, and I don't really like clicking a lot in this game, especially with the enemy, with how tanky the enemy could be. I don't like it, which is unfortunate. And then well, it's kind of unfortunate anyways. And then we have where is it? Shotgun jackpot. The jackpot is actually quite interesting as well, and it actually hits quite hard. The problem is that you literally need the burst fire arcane. If it's in the previous season, is the burst fire talisman. So you literally need that in order to maximize the potential of this weapon. And another thing about this weapon is that you cannot use the magazine capacity. I mean, this weapon is not very, quite unique, because despite the magazine says it's only one, but it actually has 8 magazines. Yeah, so it's kinda sucks. So after 8 shots you will reload, but in between those 8 shots it will act like the weapon with 1 magazine. Like, you keep shooting, and the bad thing about this weapon is you literally can only use the critical Gemini inscription in order to buff this weapon damage. You literally can only use that. You cannot use the one that makes your magazine cap 1 or increase your magazine cap. You cannot use that. It's such a waste of potential. And of course, the other problem with this weapon is its recoil. Sometimes quite hard to control. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, my plan right now is to play weekly and test Armillary Sash if it's good or not. And thankfully I get the quite decent one, the quite decent inscription. Thank you. That was the plan for right now, but let's talk about the season 6, the dice thing, the fortunes. So anyways, where do I start? So maybe from this. So from the fortune card, so there are active and passive item. So reroll is just very simple. Yeah, reroll is very simple, and I literally just use reroll most of the time. Refine is kind of bad because let's say the max dice is 18 and then your current dice is 16. So technically you want it to +1 or +2, but as it says, if it exceeds the dice max value, subtract the max value. So I think if you have 16 and then you roll 3, it will become 30, which is kind of bad. So reroll is just simple one, and this one is also not really that good. It's basically you sacrifice 3 dice and then, well, you reroll it just like that. Reroll it to become 1 dice, which is not that good. I haven't tried this before, but it doesn't really seem that good either, because it literally says obtain an identical unused dice. Like, why? It literally works the same like reroll. And then I haven't used this as well. Yeah. But just use reroll. It's just general use and simple to use. And then as for the passive, I prefer this one. Double chance for 3 or multiples of 3 when rerolling dice. I like this because it gives me better chance to get 18. Is simply like that. uh, yeah, it's simply like that. As for the other, this is like this is just adding another RNG. Just I just don't think you should use this. This one is much more better in my opinion. And then split. This is, in my opinion, this one is probably one of the worst dice because you will roll 3 times. Like if anyways, I tried this and it's bad, or maybe I just got unlucky, but it's just not that good anyway in my opinion. I don't use the other. And then on the dice gallery, so I'm not sure where to explain, but one thing first, dice damage, we got some the old ones returned from season 5, like perhaps this one, no, the Thunder Blast. This one is the same as the previous standard, but unfortunately this time you cannot spam it. Like like in the previous season you can actually spam it, making it with 0.1 cooldown, and it makes the enemy and you cannot do that here, unfortunately. And the other is just, it's a little bit disappointing in my opinion for the dice damage. It's not as powerful as the previous season, which is unfortunate. However, we got something quite interesting, the arcane box. So on dice roll 110, it's okay. 11 to 16, it's quite decent. 0.5, 100% chance to drop a curiosity box on defeating or assisting in defeating non-enemies, elite or boss. A decent chance, however, my bad. On 17 or 18 score, you will get enhanced curiosity box. It's very good because if you see in a full scroll, where is it? This one, enhanced curiosity box. Randomly get 1, 2, 3 enhanced occult scroll. Yes, it is a currently enhanced occult scroll, which makes arcane box very good. Other than that, we got spirit shield and crystal shield. First, it's the same as the previous one, at least it is identical. It has the stack mechanics, however the cooldown is longer than the previous one, because technically your cooldown in the previous season, you technically have this with either 1.5 second cooldown or 4 second cooldown. It can be reduced if you have the cooldown reduction, of course, but now it's only Well, as you can see, 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 3 seconds. It's decent. But it makes me actually quite much more useful than one stack crystal shield might. Spirit shield is also quite good. It's simple. Other than that, I don't think there's anything interesting here. Yeah, other than perhaps element mastery, element expert. As you can see, regardless of the score, the score that you get, you will get trigger rate for Miasma. Like 1 to 10 score, you get 10% trigger rate for Miasma effects, which I think is quite good because, well, I often use the Crown Prince to get with painkiller build, and I like this. And oh yeah, and there's this, the Midi Master. This is very good for Changju. Well, it's simple because it increases damage within. Yeah, well, it's self-explanatory. And then this one is quite kind of confusing, but basically it will increase your copper gain. Yeah, it's simply like that. And then for skill, I don't know, I don't really think that there are anything interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think that there are anything interesting about the skills in my opinion. Maybe the general skill push is quite decent, and maybe this one as well. Anyways, let's move on. Oh yeah, it's anyway, the conclusion is it's, well, a little bit disappointing, but still useful anyways. The critical hits is decent, but still disappointing because instead of focusing on the critical chance, it also increased the critical damage. I personally prefer like the one in the previous season, which literally increase your critical chance to 100%. It makes things simple, you know. What else? This one is kind of sucks, the rapid fire. At least I think it's kind of sucks. What else? Other than that, I think it's just a single damage buff. Oh, and the quick reload is like usual. It's good to combine with burst shot. And then, oh yeah, this one is quite interesting. Extended magazine. Mainly because I use a weapon with the Gemini that increase magazine cap, which makes this very good. Weapon level is also a simple one in its damage compared to firepower upgrade and weapon skill. I personally rate this higher than the other. in terms of raw damage. This one I don't know. It's kind of sucks in my opinion, but it's actually quite fun where you can fly for a while. And this one is actually quite good because you can actually keep Starfly on its enhanced mode forever, assuming that you can get 17 or 18 score, of course. What else? Oh yeah, this one, Charge Strike, is also good. Because if you use burst shot, charge strike, and then what is it, the jackpot, you literally can, I think you can almost double the damage of your shot each time you burst shot, or maybe at least increase 80%, which is very good. Other than that, I don't really see anything that's interesting though, unfortunately. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little bit disappointing in terms of the buff. Let's play. No, let's. Anyway, let's play the game. Enough yapping. I don't know how long did I just yap. For Lee, the starting spiritual, what is it? I highly recommend. Where is it? Where is it? Flame Dance. It's a generalist spiritual prison, because, well, as long you keep inflicting burn damage, you will get damage, and the enemy will also take more damage. It's a simple generalist. I think that's how you can explain it. Anyways, let's reroll. Yeah, this is the works of third count. It's very nice. I'm gonna get the crystal ship, and what else that I can get? Preferably I want something related to copper, because I am going to use it very often. Not very often. I will need copper. Very nice. I don't increase a little bit, but well, I'll need to use what I can have. Yeah, this is what of playing with AI, with the robot ally. You can't see shit. And I already ran out of mine. Hey. really need a better weapon than this. Whatever this is. Okay, so I don't think I get anything good here, unfortunately. I'll just get the energy increase. Okay. Nice, this. What does this do? Alright, no, I'll skip that. Yeah, none of them are the scrolls. What is it? Oh, that's actually quite nice. I need that. I think this one's better, multimedia. I think. What now? What do I need now? I don't think I need this. I don't think so. I mean, my build is not going to be ultimate build for Qs. Maybe I can get one of that, and then I could. I can get another crystal. Wait. Yeah, sure, it's better than whatever I have right now. I mean, I don't really think I can use the fate trade properly. Yeah. I really need to. don't really have to. You don't really get a lot of head and or early games like this. Most of the time when I solo, it's just painful. Only suffering. Like if you didn't get the problem, you run just sucks. Like at least you can just, at least they can carry you with us. Good. One of the best addition in the of course. And the last thing is that you must carry them. Carry them. The game is gonna be soft. And the tanking is will be just difficult. Not difficult, but the enemy just harder to the point where the damage ally will most likely gonna be down. Something like that. Anyways, yeah, I'll take that resonance. I need that. Give me something good, please. I don't know that. Okay, that is a good thing. And I think I can upgrade this to level 5. Hopefully I can get a better weapon as well later on. Hopefully. Yes, you can see it again. And then you can get additional stats if you trigger Armillary. Yeah, like this. What makes this weapon quite interesting, in my opinion. Maybe just it. It's also quite easy to use this weapon. Which is another good thing about this weapon. At least compared to the other weapon that on this update. This one is quite easy to use. Yeah, let's just upgrade this. I don't think it is wise that I take another first scroll. At least for now. If you use painkiller, because it basically speed up the Well, it basically speed up the increase of the stacks. Yeah, the ping stacks. If you inflict elemental damage on the enemies. I'll take field support. Hopefully I can get the 3 set or 3 set. This weapon also has disadvantage. Let's get this in vain. I'm going to do that once I get the what is it? Okay, I need that. I don't need the rest of it. Yeah, I'm gonna I will need the blessing ring once I get the flare for the flare calling. If I get it, of course. If I don't, this run is gonna be sucks. That's for sure. If I don't get this, the flare calling, yeah, but it's alright. What should I? I definitely don't need this. Yeah, I don't really need this, and then I don't need perhaps. Yeah, I don't really need this as well. And then I will take wildfire. And perhaps Wave Rider. Alright, if I remember correctly, if you do this like this, if you put your weapon in here, backup weapon, or just throw it away, I think, oh, I can't remember that. Okay, so I think, at least I think it will increase the chance for you to get another December. Like, if you have this weapon in your weapon like this, you have a small chance to get December for some reason, or at least that is how I feel. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just talking nonsense. Don't really think too much about it. It's just my experience. As you can see, it's not shield or it's not jump. Literally, I don't even crystal shield. Back then, the only way, not the only, one of the easy way to kill on is by using I don't get. Other than that, I don't think there's anything that could deal with the rocks that postpone easily. Anyways, I'll take that. Shield, what the? There are no good weapons though. That's the thing. But maybe I will take. Maybe. I don't have mana pool. I don't need to take it. Let's get out of camp box. And let's skip one more time. Again. Score too. And then I'll keep that until I can get the next tier dice where I can get score 18. Yeah, I just need that. And then what do you... Okay, none of these are good, so let me teach you tricks. It only works if you are on offline play like this. Obviously it won't work if you are playing co-op, if that's not obvious enough. So you can reroll the spiritual basic by doing this. Save the game here and then save again. As you can see, it's different now. And now I can get this, which is one of the best for Lee. One of the spiritual blessing for Lee, of course. Alright, let's get to what is this? The 50 assist with weapon. This one. Let's just keep upgrading this one. As if I was that I should not. And I cannot upgrade it. That's my point. I think on tier 2 is I can do a better play. There's a test that can help you. And that's that. think the justice is better for better chances of elemental chance. Let's see if you have a better Armillary Sash. Well, that's unfortunate. No matter. Just ooh, flap those. Very useful. I will be needing that. And really that you give that to. No, really now? No. Will you suck? I'll get this scroll. Flare color, just what I needed. This way, the build is literally complete. You don't need anything else. I mean, any level on the Ascension is appreciated. The build is pretty much complete. That's the thing. Alright, hopefully you can offer me a better Armillary Sash. Hopefully. No? I need foundation. Where is it? Bounty magic. I have a lot of money for this, so let's read a look. Let's do it again. Perhaps one more time. One more time. go? Where is it? Wait. What? Where is it? Did I just reroll arcane bolts? What the hell? Okay, that's my fault. Yeah, I can only use one of it. Ah, that sucks. That's the one more time though. Well, it sucks. As it can, I'll just use what I have. Actually, instead of that, I think I'll just use lucky shot instead of ulti magic. The position of my mic and well, my mouth is not really ideal. I'm just pop up and shift in the comfortable position. Okay, I hope you can still hear it. Like, I'm quite far from the mic. Armillary Sash. Hopefully this one is better. I'll skip that. I don't think I really need it. Like right now. Okay, maximum. I get all the talisman. And now I am pretty much immortal. Okay, my bad. I missed that. Armillary Sash. I was a little bit hasty. It could have been a better, better. Could have better scaling. My bad. Where is it? Arcane box. Yeah. And I got the 80. Very nice, really. What else do I need? I'm an expert, perhaps? Or should I just get the Fire Master? One more. Actually, I might need to do the bounty. Okay, that sucks. It really sucks. Can I recycle? Yeah, I don't get anything. That's unfortunate, but it's alright. Definitely taking this multi-balance. I'm tempted to get this, but no. I'll skip it. Maybe skip this one as well. Yeah, let's just skip it. I don't like that this guy is working with this something like that. I don't need this as well, but yeah, sure, I'll take this. Like, I don't use it. I don't use it on that one. That's oh yeah, one more thing. If you are too fast, you're going to have heart attack. And yeah, something like that. Sometimes. Yeah, and if you're too fast, you're going to have heart attack. Jumping. And this one is hard as well. Wow, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that while I'm stuck here. Suffering. Actually, never mind. I don't need a dash. To do that. Because I sent this. Although of course I get it at the end, but it's not good thing. I think that's wrong. Score, what is it? Arcane. That's very good. I won. Let's get an expert because weapon level and perhaps lucky shot. the same. Whatever lah. That's fine. Get to again. Oh, okay. Hey, it's immunity. It's decent, I suppose. That's flame top. That's not important for my build. Don't know how the chimney that I use is one. Yes, back then I thought get the buffs. It could get this buff from the other weapon, but then I think it doesn't. Get the buff from other weapons. So I don't know. And of course it's oh no, it's actually shot perhaps. And just when I need it. Thank you. Thank you. I think that is, well, I'm not really at my peak yet, but I'm close to my peak, and that's a good thing. I think. Maybe it's left. I don't know if I got this. Oh, I think that. What is it again? Never mind. Very nice. I think I'll get this. What do I need? Rapid fire upgrade? No, that's ass. I don't know. Yeah, there are much things that can buff my weapon damage though. Just sucks. At this point, I think it's better if we get yeah, this one is better if I can already got the elemental gem description. Why not? Yeah, hopefully you guys can get it because sometimes I get a lot, but if you get things doesn't go your way. For some reason now I did very high damage. What caused this? Strike? No? Perhaps the one that detail. Yeah. I don't really understand how it works though. Like, the instruction is not clear enough to me because I make last. I think unintentionally hit my body. Okay, that for rapid fire, I think I'd get a rapid fire instead of replacing this, and also need better charge strike and element expert. Let's go for charge strike first. Hopefully, no. What about now? No. What about now? No, really? Okay, that sucks. I can do it one more time though. Let's go. Okay, never mind. Let's just try to get element expert. After this, I don't. Yeah. Okay, mana has ran out. Okay, I hit you. Really? Where is it? That's better. Let's wait until my HP full first. And yeah, let's go. Because I have decreased HP, which yes. It's not that bad. Okay, my bad, my bad. I did not mean to do that. But anyways, I suppose that's it. Yeah, not bad actually. It has terrible single target damage. Perhaps terrible is harsh. It has decent single target damage. Not comparable to Starfly of course, but it's quite decent. And it, considering that it can chain from enemies to enemies, so it's actually quite good AoE. Quite good AoE weapon. Of course, that is assuming you have that chain limit for +3. But yeah, anyway, it's a quite good weapon, the Armillary Sash. Yeah, being two good weapon and two kind of bad weapon for this DLC. I think that's it. Next time I might consider showing you guys how powerful is Changzhou is. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will be seeing you next time. Bye.